Well, hello again, Leadville. This is Ryan, and I'm just going to talk through the DEI plan that was the action plan that was tentatively drafted to help support your efforts moving forward and give you something to reflect back on and to take action from. Overall, the goal identified through my meetings with Rachel and with a few other folks around campus was to focus in on strengthening relations with the Latinx community of Leadville and your broader service area. This cuts across all of the DEI domains of Colorado Mountain College that were identified through my work last year. And there are two tangible outcomes that were brainstormed as sort of benchmarks to work toward as you get moving. The first is to offer ESL with content certification or badging options. And I understand there's a pilot going on already looking at some sort of badge or certificate around competency with the Microsoft Office suite via the ESL courses. So I think that's a fantastic thing to keep rolling out, to assess, to see how you can improve upon it and move forward and see what other opportunities come from having done that. The second primary outcome was to multiply and formalize partnerships with local organizations. I know that the Leadville campus already has reached out to a number of local orgs. Some are particularly focused on the Latinx community, others are not. I think it's an important outcome to continue working on with the goal of strengthening relations with the Latinx community in mind. This can include working with some community orgs that aren't Latinx focused to encourage them and think about how the two of you might leverage each other's strengths in order to involve meaningfully the Latinx community within Leadville. A few other strategies beyond the pilot program for ESL with the MS Office badge or certificate is to do additional background research on partnerships with local organizations to incorporate them and broader Latinx community members into college decision making. And I know Rachel already has some plans around that. Resources that might be needed include faculty and staff time and building this into what it means to be a faculty or a staff member at CMC Leadville. Thinking about relationship building with your community as constituent of your work. There also needs to be space created for engagement with those community members. From Central Services, we chatted a bit about needing a forum or a space to share about both the challenges and the triumphs around this community building and the strengthening of the relationship with the Latinx community, to share those challenges and triumphs with other CMC campuses. Learn from them, have them learn from you, and learn together about what might work well and what other strategies could be employed to meet that goal. As well as finding ways to develop policy so that experimental pilot programs like the ESL pilot can count as part of faculty load without overburdening new or continuing faculty in those areas. So that's what I've got for you to gnaw on. There's a few more bits of information in your written draft, including how to measure the success of these outcomes and potential timeframes. Again, these are drafts for you to push back on, to develop more broadly, and I look forward to hearing what kind of conversations you all have about this. Thanks again.